Hello and welcome to Glittershinenails. Following on from my last video, BeautyBigBang very kindly sent me some items to review. In this video I'm going to use some of them items to create this mani. A bright neon yellow mani is very on trend right now and I'm going to show you how I created it. In the description box below you'll find links to the products I've used along with discount codes for you to use. Before we get started, please subscribe to my channel and please make sure you have the bell notification on, and please also like this video. These things really do help out my channel. Thank you. These are the three items I'm using: the resin palette, the striping tape which is holographic, and stamping plate BeautyBigBang XL-075. I'll be using my Glamerliz silicone hand to create this mani, and I've already started with the gel polish application, but I've left one to do on camera. Full prep is needed for any mani. My prep video is also in the description box below. On the middle finger I've already applied a layer of the rubber base coat and I've cured that in my lamp for 30 seconds. I'll now apply a layer of the French white gel polish to the middle nail. This is going to help the neon yellow pop more. I'm trying with the white to get a really good application as I'm only applying one layer. You could, if you wanted to, go in with two coats. It's personal preference. But once I've finished applying that and making sure that I've capped the free edge, I'll clean up any mess that I've made if need be, and I'll cure that in my lamp for 60 seconds. Now that's cured, I'm going to apply two coats of yellow caution. I'll pick up a small bead and I'll place that into the back third of the nail, and I'll gently push that up towards the cuticle area. I work nice and slow. I control my movements, keeping the layer nice and thin, but making sure that I've got a nice coverage. I want to cover the whole of that white gel polish. Again, if I get any on the skin, I will clean up before curing, and I'll use my isopropyl alcohol and a clean up brush to do that with, and I'll give that a full cure for 60 seconds. I'll then apply my second layer, just repeating the same again, keeping it thin, even and clean application, and I'll give that a full cure again for 60 seconds. I personally like to cure my gel polish colours for a full 60 seconds. I'll also make sure that I don't lose the shape of the nail too much when applying the gel polish. Once that's cured, because I'm stamping, I need to remove the tacky layer, and I'll do that with my isopropyl alcohol and a wax strip, making sure the nail is nice and clean. I've already done this to the other nails, so we are ready for stamping. So as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm using stamping plate BeautyBigBang XL-075, and I'm using one of the images on the top row. This image is just so pretty. I did do a full swatch on this stamping plate in my last video. Link for that video is also in the description box. I have my favourite black stamping polish along with my usual stamper and scraper. Using black over neon yellow can really help it calm it down. For the stamping, I'll apply some of the black stamping polish to the image, scrape the image a couple of times with the scraper. I'll then roll with the stamper to pick the image up, and I'll transfer that straight to the nail. I'll clean my stamper with my lint roller every time I pick up an image, and for cleaning my stamping plates I just use pure acetone. I'll then reapply the stamping polish and repeat the same for all of the nails. BeautyBigBang stamping plates are really easy to use and I rarely have any issues with them. I'll always stamp all of the nails and then clean up once I have finished. For cleanup, I like to first use some tape to remove the excess from the skin, as I'm using black stamping polish. This can very easily stain the skin. I've used this even on my own manis and it works really well. Once I've removed as much as I can, I'll then come in with my cleanup brush and my acetone and clean around the nails which wasn't picked up by the tape. This is my preferred way of doing cleanup. There are obviously lots of other ways to do it as well. With striping tape, I'm only adding this to the index and ring fingers, and I'll be using the large line of striping tape. Working with the tape, I'll be using my tweezers as well as my scissors. Now, the trick I have found with striping tape is try not to touch the back of it. I find that it loses its stickiness and then it won't stick down properly and you can have all sorts of issues. I'll use the tweezers to help position the tape, and then I'll use my picker-upper tool to really rub that into the nail. Once I'm happy with how it's applied, I will then cut the ends, but I'll make sure that I'll cut them slightly shorter at the free edge and the cuticle area, as when I come to add my top coat, this will encapsulate the striping tape within the top coat. But check out that hollow, it's so pretty. So I'll just repeat the same again on the index finger using the rest of the tape. This tape is actually really quite sticky. It's probably one of the most stickiest I've used, and I found it very easy to work with. I don't use striping tape very often, but I'll be using this one again, especially with the different sizes. That is really nice. I found the resin plate very helpful for resting the tape on as well, instead of my kitchen paper. And when I have finished with the striping tape, what is left, I will place the tape back onto the sheet, as I've not touched it, so I can use it for another mani. So I'll be using the resin palette and a fine liner brush to create some lines down the side of the striping tape. Now you can use black gel polish or the black stamping polish. This will be a personal choice. I personally like to use the gel polish as it doesn't air dry, so I've got plenty of time to work with it. But what I've decided to do first is to apply a floaty layer of the no wipe rubber top coat. By doing this, I'm protecting the stamping and the striping tape. So if I make any mistakes when creating them lines, I'm going to be able to correct it without disturbing the stamping and the tape. I'll also top coat the other nails whilst I'm doing this. I'll make sure to clean up anything from the skin before curing, and I'll give that a full cure for 60 seconds. Once that's cured, I have the palette and the black gel polish called Black Heart, and I'm going to add some lines down the side of the striping tape, as I said. I'll add some of the Black Heart gel polish to the palette, and I'm going to load up the liner brush by running it through the gel polish a few times. I'll also try out a few lines to see if it's coated enough. If it's not, I'll just keep running it through. I want the brush to be loaded, but I don't want it to be absolutely falling off the brush either. Now with the lines, I find if I place the tip of the brush down first and then gently lay the brush down onto the nail, I'll then gently pull the brush towards me, creating that line. You want to make the brush do the work for you. You'll see that I'm also using my hands and fingers to anchor myself. As my hands shake, this really helps to keep my hands more steady. I was actually really impressed with these lines for this mani, and the palette worked brilliantly. It also cleaned really easily with isopropyl alcohol as well. If I do make a mistake with the lines, I'll use my cleanup brush and isopropyl alcohol to correct anything. If you're using stamping polish, just clean up with acetone or whatever you feel comfortable with using. Once I'm happy with how that looks, I'll give that a full cure for 60 seconds. If you're using stamping polish, wait a full 5 minutes before top coating. So I'm now going to add another layer of the no wipe rubber top coat to seal in them lines. When working with any 3D nail art like striping tape or stamping, 2 coats of top coat is better, as this will really help make it last as long as your mani does. I'm going to also make sure that I cap the free edges as well. This was a really unusual mani for me to create, but I really do like it. It's something different. I've really enjoyed creating this mani using the BeautyBigBang products. They were really nice to use. Once I've top coated, I'll give that one last final cure for 60 seconds, and that's the mani finished. My mani will be over on my Instagram page in the next few days, along with what products I've used. There is a link in the description box below. If you do come over and see my posts and you like them, please give them a like as well. I'd be really grateful. Thank you for viewing my mani tutorial using these BeautyBigBang products. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you did, then please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Comment below. I love to hear from you. Hit that subscribe button and share. Also, don't forget to come over and follow me on my Instagram page at glittershinenails. So until next time, thanks for watching and bye.